That's hilarious.
Did you fart?
No.
Are you lying?
You know I would tell you if I farted.
Halo? Waalaikumsalam. Oh, berarti dua-dua kan ya? Iya, makasih. Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Sal, and I make YouTube videos whenever I feel like it. Clearly, because I've been gone for 2 months.
You've been gone for 2 months, I've been gone for almost a year.
Do we have consistency in our family? Absolutely not. To cope with the lack of structure in my life, I have been watching movies, so that's what we've been like spending our time doing because we had no school, and of course we have Netflix here, which apparently is blocked with some like networks. Crazy. I'm so sorry, Indonesian people, y'all suffering. But I wanted to review all of the stuff I've been watching as of like the past 2 months and just talk about movies because I'm not in uni anymore. I don't have my arts and culture friends, and I miss discussing cinema.
AKA analyzing for her.
And
My
I'm
taste is immaculate.
And I'm planning to like bounce these ideas off because we basically watch the same things at home. Alright, cool. So the first thing that I have on this list is Sabrina the Teenage Witch, season 3.
It's not,
no, it's not Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
That's the original.
Did you see that spit?
That's the original.
It's Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. First of all,
electric chair.
Electric chair. First of all, like, I put it on Instagram, right? I'm like, this show has gone to like filth. What is going on? Did they finally fire whoever was like scaring off the Riverdale executives, because now it's just pure Riverdale burning trash. What are your thoughts?
I haven't watched season 3 and I refuse to watch it. The only clips that I've watched is the cheerleading scenes, and
first of all,
I mean, at least it's better. It's better than Riverdale's, because this one, it's set in like, right? It's set like a bit.
First of all, I'm so pissed that like the season that Lilith finally gets her feminist occult following is the season where everything goes to crap in terms of writing. Yeah, I got sunny side up.
I want to know how the actors feel.
That's the thing, right? I was actually thinking about that, like how.
Because Riverdale, Lily Reinhardt, and Cole Sprouse are so transparent with.
But it's also like how embarrassing, because you got 2 years of really great content already, and then suddenly you come to work and everybody's like, bang, 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 bang. All of your characters dead.
Electric chair.
All of the writing dead. And now y'all gotta dance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't they have like a whole song and a music video on Netflix YouTube channel with
yeah,
singing? That
one, very embarrassing. I thought that was a joke. At first I was like, oh, this is a meme. I get it. It's funny. She's like tapping into the Gen Zs. Turns out it wasn't a joke at all.
Okay, let's move on.
Alright, let's move on. Yeah. The Oscars. The actual Oscars this year was embarrassing. I actually did finally watch Parasite.
I didn't watch
all the snubs. It was let's talk about it from a feminist standpoint. Embarrassing. Let's talk about it from a racial standpoint. Embarrassing. Talk about it from a queer standpoint. Embarrassing. Just because you honored Call Me by Your Name and Moonlight a few years ago doesn't mean that this is okay. This behavior is not okay. Okay, next, Little Women. In tangent with the Oscars. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you best costume design? That's what they did to Mary Queen of Scots as well, you know.
I have not watched either Mary Queen of Scots.
First of all, Little Women actually made me question my own internalized misogyny through the character of Amy, because I was like, do I hate her? Because she plays into, like, sexist ideals for her own benefit, which is like, go her, you know. Do what you gotta do. Become a housewife if you're gonna get plenty of cash from it. That's what I think. But her character was just so annoying and evil to me that it, like, I had to really contain my own rage. And like when she burned the paper, spoiler alert, when she burned the book, I was like, oh, if that was Gwenny, I would disown her. I was like, if I didn't murder her, oh my god. I really thought that the movie was phenomenal, and I think that it's one of those movies like Bombshell and like Mary Queen of Scots that is clearly told from a female gaze, and I just felt so seen. Okay, next.
What is We Are Okay? We Are Okay?
What is We Are Okay? We Are Okay, yes, it's a book. It's not a movie. We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. It was a book that I read while I was getting this infection checked out, so I was visiting a lot of hospitals, a lot of clinics, and this book was actually very lonely. It is about a girl who deals with her loneliness, and it felt very sad. I cried in one of the clinic waiting rooms. It was very good though.
You're like, I'm quirky. I cried in the clinic.
I cried because of YA as a 20-year-old in waiting rooms and clinics. We Are Okay by Nina LaCour is a great queer story.
Story.
About a girl who deals with her basically depression, but she never really calls it that.
Sorry.
And her grief. And also dealing with being alone in university. I think it's a very good book to read when you can't find it in yourself, to find the light and to allow yourself to live and trust and etc. Are you okay? Let's not expose. Okay. Okay, next. Another thing that I already mentioned. Mary Queen of Scots. Next one. Beautiful film. Did you watch it with me?
I never watched it. But I literally...
Weak. I watched it with my parents and I think I like lost like something in my body because I was so tense that like a part of me withered away. It was so beautifully shot, and the imagery and like all the metaphors and the way that Saoirse Ronan is the actress of our generation. Crazy. First of all, give her all of the Oscars. All of them. If you are a fan of analyzing art and a fan of like really intense, really deep, really thoughtful films, I think Mary Queen of Scots is a great place to start. I will mention rape warnings, trigger warnings. There is a bit of that, but like, okay, so there's this ongoing debate amongst like some of the arts and culture students because there's a lot of rape in the canon of like film and movies and TV, and like all of us are sick of it because we're mostly women, and watching that is a very hard thing to experience, whether you have experienced sexual harassment of any kind or not. But I can understand when it's in a movie like Mary Queen of Scots why showing something like that is important, and why showing someone losing all of their power like that is important for the story, and still can be empowering as a movie in the long run. That's it. That's the message.
Point blank, period.
Okay, next. Bombshell. Another gorgeous feminist movie. Gorgeous.
I didn't watch it, but I came out of my room after like spending the whole day in there, seeing my sister and my mom watch it, and like towards the end you both were like, no.
It was disgusting. It ripped a hole inside of me. It took my guts and ripped it out of me, through the skin, through the bone. Disgusting to watch, but very important, and I think it was also told in a great way that it doesn't disempower the women who are featured in this story, who are real life women who went through real life traumas. Okay, The Good Place finale.
Oh my god, that messed me up so badly. So when they announced season 4 was gonna be the last one, I watched the whole interview about it, and they're like, yeah, because like what more could you do with this story? Because you can't drag it too far, which
I respect.
Yeah, which I understand. Like, even though I am sad that we won't get any more Jason scenes with Janet, or Chidi and Eleanor scenes, or Tahani and Eleanor scenes, because I'm sure if they did give another season, like other than season 4 or like a few more seasons, it would really make the story just like, come on, why are we here?
Exactly.
Like, this is like and then it's gonna turn like to Riverdale, where it's like it's gonna go to trash because they're dragging it out for too long.
Yeah.
But the finale, I am happy though that not all of them were like, we're gonna say goodbye, and Tahani still was like, I'm gonna keep this going, because then it leaves fans to have like an imagination about it, and to like wonder what would Tahani be doing now.
And like what you said, I think it's super important for Hollywood to realize that money is not worth the degradation of the quality of what you're producing. It really isn't, especially for something as intelligent as The Good Place. Oof, Michael Schur, just big brain energy. Okay, next, because we've been talking way too long about this. The Gentleman by Guy Ritchie. First of all, Guy Ritchie's a train wreck, okay? Guy Ritchie is a racist train wreck, sexist train wreck. What are we gonna do?
But
this movie was pretty damn good, not gonna lie.
And they were all pretty damn good looking, not gonna lie.
Yeah, like, this movie I actually thought was funny. I think that there was definitely an angle of like angry old white man who is bitter gets to yell about why can't they make racist and sexist jokes anymore through the character played by Hugh Grant. However, I do think that some of the other jokes did land. I really enjoyed seeing Henry Golding in a different light, you know, in a more like angry, sinister character.
Because I didn't see him as like that innocent, like
Prince Charming, which he really is. But I did like to
the man of our Asian dreams.
But he did a good job. Just in my dreams, Asian dreams, all of the dreams. However, I did not like the way that they used rape in a very like dismissive way. This is when you use rape in a bad way to drive the plot. Okay, not to like build a character or to serve any part of the story at all. And also Matthew McConaughey, I don't know if he delivered a very good performance. I think Charlie Hunnam and Hugh Grant did like
Charlie
the
Hunnam
best.
Was the one that played the guy with the
glasses and the cardigan. Yeah. I did go into a Charlie Hunnam like spiraling hole, and I watched a few episodes.
And
of
guess
Sons
who had to hear all of
because
that? Guess who had to hear all of that?
Okay, next.
P.S. I still love you. Oh, okay.
Trash.
No.
Trash.
Absolutely not.
Trash.
It's like, okay, so I read all of the books, and I read it like a few months before the second movie came out, so I still had a very fresh memory of it.
Fresh.
Crazy. Okay. You know the part where like the soundtrack was trash. That the song that they used for the hot tub.
I Like Me Better When I'm With You came out because of the first movie.
Like you're
trying to tell me the second.
The first soundtrack was so good, and then the second one it was like, what is going on? Where she was singing moral of the story, where she like did a lip syncing. I was like, you know, we would finally have a scene where like people could relate to that heartbreak, because she was like, where she was like when she was brushing her teeth, she was so, and I like a lot of teenage girls have gone through that, and I loved it. But then she starts lip syncing, and I'm just like,
this isn't
I thought you were trying to show, like, from the interviews, Jenny Han, you said you're trying to show the reality of a heartbreak and what teenage girls, like, have to learn as well and try to find, like, who they truly are.
Gwenny's going off like she hasn't sung in the mirror to her heartbreak song.
But, like, she's like, we're trying to find the reality. And I'm like, you're making a girl literally, if that happened in real life.
Gwenny, you're so loud.
If that happened in your high school,
like I can feel it echoing.
If that happened in high school, Lara Jean would be dead. Electric chair.
Lara Jean, as a servient, very innocent Asian girlfriend, I think there's some problematic angles to that, because people always like infantilize. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but a lot of Western representations of Asian women really make them seem like super innocent and naive and wide-eyed and like these like romanticizing type of people, when it's like there's more to Lara Jean than that. And also
it's like
the way Jen, is that her name?
Yeah, Jen.
The way they literally erased all of Jen's like character development from the first movie, and they were like, well, we need some kind of friction for the first half of the movie. Let's put Jen as a mean girl again in there. And it's like, she already...
And now they add fat shaming into it.
Oh yeah, and that fat shaming comment about the fitting into your jeans, like nobody says that anymore. It's 2020. Women don't attack other women like that anymore, and if you still do, you're trash. Moving on, because I cannot with this anymore.
Cheer! Getting to see really like a documentary about like people's like athletes' work ethic, and especially on a sport like cheer, where a lot of people think, oh no, cheer is like, a lot of people when they think about cheerleading, they only think about like high school cheer and like, go team.
It was very empowering for, first of all, like low-income athletes, colored athletes, queer athletes, female athletes. It was very empowering to watch. I do have some comments about like Netflix storytelling in terms of documentaries and how they always sort of get things muddy or don't fully like explain things, especially when it comes to queer identity. I think Netflix does a great job of representing but not discussing and disentangling. For example, you have like Queer Eye. I think Queer Eye is a great representation for gay men. However, they don't actually get into the real sort of like nitty-gritty reason as to why the men that they're helping have this internalized hatred towards them. And I think the same with Monica when she talks about like her identity as a Christian woman and how the church, especially in Texas in the US, how that, you know, how they demonize gay people. they sort of just brush it off, and her explanation is really just, that's between me and them, which is like fair, you know. She doesn't have to be the poster example, or neither do Jerry or Ladarius, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they don't need to be the token gay people to explain it for you guys, but I think it's very important that they go into it a little bit more, because they did really go into like drug addiction and how parents don't take care of their kids, and they really go into the nitty-gritty, but when it came to their queer identities, not really. Parasite, what do you think?
I liked it. I really did like it, but I don't know, it was like, I thought there was gonna be an even bigger build-up, and I do love the way that it does represent like an Asian family. And
first of all, it's a Korean movie. There's no representation.
Okay,
because it's a Korean movie
like,
about a Korean family.
But like,
it did represent lower class families.
But like, I don't know. I just thought there was gonna be more build up to the storyline and like to like the arch, like the climax. I thought there was gonna be more of the climax.
I do feel like the energy did not build up the way it does. Like, compared to what I'm used to. I don't know if that's the style of Korean movies. I don't watch a lot of them, if I'm being honest. There were a lot of really good metaphors to, like, discuss, you know, the use of, like, the kid being really obsessed with, like, Native American culture and, like, and what that might mean from, like, a higher class family, especially how Americanized the Korean culture is and how they view American culture and American things more superior than their own. I think it's very interesting that an Asian film is finally tackling the issue of class, because we have a lot of that in Indonesia especially. I've been seeing it a lot lately since being back here, and I'm really glad that they are talking about the floods, because a lot of Indonesian families suffer because of the floods that happen every year, and nothing is being done about it.
One just happened like a few weeks ago.
Exactly. It was happening while we were watching the movie, so it resonated really well. However, in terms of the Oscars, am I glad that they won? Yes, I think it's super important for the American audience to swallow their pride and accept that a movie that isn't in English can be just as great as their own. And just to watch a movie with dang subtitles, because we have to watch your movies with subtitles too. Not everybody speaks English, okay? However, I will say perhaps the most controversial opinion I have nowadays, Little Women deserve that Best Picture.
I haven't watched Little Women, but yeah, I really wish Parasite had more to its climax.
Yeah, I agree. But it was great nonetheless. Like, it was a really
good movie. And I didn't like the ending.
But I don't.
Ending?
I did not like that. I don't know. It was like a lot of things that just did not match the whole tone of the movie.
All right, what's next?
Goop.
I don't know what Goop
my
is.
Mom showed me the Goop. It was the last episode. I think it's like, Are You Into It? And they were talking about intuition. I'm not going to go into much of it because I think you should watch it. If you are open to more magic into your life, and just like more self-belief and more connection to people, and this... Are you looking through your phone right now?
I was on your story and
Okay. And spiritual connection, I think you should watch it. I haven't watched the rest of it, and I know that Goop is sort of like white upper middle class women BS, but that episode was actually very good. Okay, next, Sex Education Season 2. Gwenny.
I haven't watched the whole thing. I'm sorry.
She gotta.
I gotta, but like I know like the basis of the story because I watch a lot of edits on YouTube about it too.
Problematic.
And let's just talk about.
Gotta get into the frame.
What's his name? Oh my! Like the one with the bald shaved head that works behind the counter. The game
Adam.
Story. Adam, and what's the other one name? The other one.
Eric.
I loved him. I loved him a lot.
I actually want to talk about that because I'm not sure. I think I was experiencing the dilemma that Eric was facing, whether he should choose the French guy. I'm so sorry, French guy, you were beautiful, but I don't remember your name. And Adam, I don't know. But I did cry a lot, especially with the last 3 episodes. And when Eric is telling Adam that he's full of shame in front of the party. Oh my god. I don't know, Sex Education is just that show. It's one of those shows that make me like so jealous of people who are able to write characters so beautifully and so complexly and are able to do it over and over again. And also, that last musical / play of Romeo and Juliet, I had the biggest crush on Mercutio in middle school when I first read Romeo and Juliet, and I did not realize that his character read as gay. I feel like Bobo the Fool a little bit because I did write Mercutio fanfiction for extra credit. And my teacher never said anything to me. You should have explained it before I wrote it. Okay, the next one is Jojo, the documentary. Do you remember Jojo?
I know it was about the fact that she was very exploited and very, like, literally her mental health. The record label just like.
And if you like mid-2000s music and you like learning about the music industry and the weasels in the music industry, I highly recommend you watch that documentary. It's only half an hour on YouTube. I think you should watch it just because we should be more aware of how the capitalist industry distorts the things that we consume and how we should be more responsible consumers and making sure that everybody is safe in this industry. And also, I'm very excited for 2000s R&B to be brought back to life by our one and only goddess and savior, Jojo, Joanna. That's on period. Okay, that's it. That's all we have for you. I appreciate you watching this. I hope you learned something. Put down in the comments below what you think about all the movies and TV shows and books that I discussed. Put down some of your recommended list of shows / movies that we did not put in this list. Yes, please. We've probably already watched it because all I do is sit in my room watching Netflix while eating Oreos. But that's Gwenny's life. I don't agree. It is with my LED. I got LED lights and all I've been doing. Nobody wants to listen to your life story. Some of your viewers are being interested. But yeah, actually you can discuss this with me because I would love to talk about it, and Gwenny will comment as well because she loves to insert herself in any situation possible that will give her attention. Because I'm a Leo. And a Cancer. And a Pisces rising. Now everyone who loves zodiacs is gonna attack me in your comment section. They're gonna be like, I'm sorry, baby. It's a lot. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day wherever you are. And I will see you in the next one. That's okay. Do what you gotta do. Bye! Like and subscribe. You gotta be a real YouTuber, Selena. I'm not gonna force people. Like and subscribe. She's my momager. Yeah. Bye! Bye!